Okay, so our second story is Shoes for Hector by Nicolasa Mohr. And the story was written in 1973, New York City. So this is kind of the highlighted times of Puerto Rican immigration into New York City. So the backdrop history goes something like this. The America and Spain had a war over a ship that blew up in Havana, Cuba, and America wins the war. And as a prize, uh, Puerto Rico, along with parts of Cuba and other Caribbean islands, become the possession of the United States. So shortly thereafter, the citizens of Puerto Rico are allowed free passage between the island and the United States. And many of them immigrated to USA, uh, mostly settling in New York City. And of course, they create their own neighborhood. Um, again, this is has some positive aspects. You get to be with like-minded, like-cultured, uh, and linguistic people. And again, the negative factor is that you could stay there your whole life and never really integrate into the American culture or society. So our story setting is in Hector's parents' apartment in New York City. And Hector's a smart boy. He's the class valedictorian. He's going to graduate from high school. And he has to make a speech at the graduation. So his parents promise to buy him new clothes so that he looks really good for his speech and his graduation. And they were able to buy him a suit. Now, they kind of ran out of money. Work is getting tight for Hector's dad. Uh, it sounds like he's a laborer, maybe in construction. And those jobs are not always steady. You have a building project, the project gets finished, people get laid off, and you wait for the next big project to come along to get the next job. And you could be laid off for several weeks, a month, maybe only a few days. You never know. So that's the financial situation of Hector's family. And they run out of money, but they want to have a party after the graduation for the relatives and neighbors to celebrate Hector's um, graduation. So Hector finds out that he's got the suit, but no shoes. And his uncle, Uncle Luis, has offered to give Hector some new shoes that he has recently bought. But the problem is that the shoes are don't match the suit. They're orange in color. They have pointed tips to them. They're really old man shoes. I mean, it'd be like wearing your grandfather's shoes to your graduation. And Hector's worried about what people will say or think. uh, about his shoes. Uh, and, you know, a typical teenager, you're going to stay up with the fashion of the day. You definitely don't want to wear grandpa's shoes anywhere. Nothing's changed. So he gets into kind of an argument with his parents about it. His mother kind of talks him into accepting the shoes, and he does wear them. He goes to the graduation. He gets a check for, I think, $25 as a graduation valedictorian prize. So he does good with that. Uh, I believe he gets a watch too as well. And he is really worried about what his friends might say about his old, old guy shoes. And what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody sees them. Nobody notices them. All his argument, his worry, his frustration is for naught. So he graduates. He goes back home. They have the party. There's a little, I would say, a little Romeo and Juliet in the story. He's got the favorite girl that he likes that shows up. But the first thing he does when he gets home is he takes off the shoes and puts on his own beat up old sneakers. So the I guess the moral of the story is you know, don't worry so much about what you think people might say or do in relation to your clothes. Uh, 20 years from now, nobody's going to remember what you wore. They're going to remember how you acted. Okay. So this is just a very typical teenage dilemma situation, and a quick read. But it wouldn't really matter that this is a New Eurekan story. This story could take place anywhere, at any time. It's really dealing with adolescence and teenagers and how they think, that sort of thing. So that's a quick summary of Shoes for Hector by Nicolasa